You're welcome back. It's still Punchline. As nations of the world struggle to evacuate their citizens from the crisis-ridden Sudan, Nigeria has also joined the fray. Air Peace founder and chairman, Chief Allen Onyema, has offered again to airlift Nigerians stranded in Sudan back to Nigeria. You remember Allen Onyema of the Air Peace Aviation Group that also offered in 2019 to evacuate stranded Nigerians from South Africa in the thick of the xenophobic attacks. He's offering once again, to the admiration of a lot of Nigerians. There's so many conversations on social media. A few of them are asking if Allen Onyema was contesting for a position in Nigeria, he'll be told where he's coming from. However, now he's offering once again to bail Nigeria out of a very dire situation. He did it in South Africa. He's going to do it again in Sudan. Over 5,000 Nigerians are stranded in Sudan. Over 2,000 of these 5,000 are Nigerian students schooling in different schools across Sudanese cities. Trapped in Sudan, 40 buses have been funded by the federal government to move Nigerians from Sudan all the way till Egypt, which is a border country with Sudan. Several cities within Sudan, buses are being deployed. Out of those 40 buses, the last count we heard, 15 of those buses were released. Also controversial stories coming from the chairman of the NIDCOM, that's Nigerian Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri, where a video was shown and it was said people were put according to their states of origin. And the question was, did they get to Sudan with their state of origin? When they entered Sudan, when they moved to Sudan, when things were okay, were they admitted into Sudan by their state of origin? Why putting people in buses according to their state of origin? A lot of people are saying this is polarization. And I personally feel it is really, really unwanted, uncalled for. You need to put people out. No one cares where you're from as long as you're Nigerian. Pidgin English is our common language. As long as you have a Nigerian name and you're from Nigeria, get into the bus and move. Why do we have to do all that when we even are in a crisis situation? But that will be a conversation for another day. The federal government has released 150 million naira, about $1.2 million to hire buses. And federal government was asked, why 150 million naira? Well, according to what they said, that because people have noticed, but the Sudanese citizens have noticed the dire situation and the desperate race to get out of the country by foreigners. They're hiking prices and taking advantage of the situation. That's why 115 million naira has been earmarked to remove about 5,000 people. I hope 5,000 people who want to leave, because in such situations, many Nigerians want to stay back. Their livelihood, their families, some of their generations have been there in Sudan. They might not be in a hurry to return to Nigeria. The idea is to move them from Sudanese cities into Egypt, from where Air Peace will leave them back to Nigeria. Well, some unconfirmed reports and by some videos we see, we don't know how authentic these videos are, but the claims by the people in this video who are Nigerians is that the buses that were conveying them from these cities in Sudan to Egypt, some of them are stopped on the way, not because they have some technical malfunction, but because the bus drivers are complaining they have not been paid. So where did the 150 million naira go to? Where did the $1.2 million go to? Hasn't it gone to the drivers? Some Nigerians are stranded trying to get out of Sudan. That's the typical way in Nigeria. And it's quite unfortunate. I believe the government will have answers to these questions. I have so many questions in my mind. One of them is that just as we thank Chief Allen Onyema, who has always done a yeoman's job, who has always shown patriotism by putting his foot forward and putting his resources at disposal of Nigeria when we are in a period of crisis, whether he is appreciated or not, that's not the question. We want to thank him. But I have a question about this purported Nigerian Air. This airline that the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirike, has been talking about for a while, Nigeria Air is coming up, and they said this air was supposed to start, Nigerian Air was supposed to commence operations before May 29th. Shouldn't this be the best time to, bring out this airline and say, hey, look, this is the best thing to show how a Nigerian airline is rescuing Nigerians. Air Peace is a Nigerian airline, but it would have made a lot of sense for us to see that, Nigerian Air is rescuing Nigerians. Nigeria's flagship, Nigeria's national carrier. But so far, we've looked in the skies, we see nothing. That's the question we're asking today. Where are the airlines? Where is the Nigerian Air? Of course, he promised that it's going to be released. 9 billion naira was recently earmarked for equipment, landing equipment, all that, to make sure that it's a reality. They promised May 29th. So far, we've not heard anything from Nigerian Air. Isn't this the best time to have a Nigerian Air rescue Nigerians? Of course, they said May 29th. The only thing that's holding it down, the only thing that's holding this down is that the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has not officially released the air operator's certificate to Nigerian Air. This is the excuse why Nigerian Air is not in the skies. Of course, it will not be in the skies because the court case is still there. The Federal High Court has restricted the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority from giving an air operator's certificate to Nigerian Air. This was a case that was put together by the majority of Nigeria's indigenous carriers. I'm talking about Air Peace, Asman, Max Air, United Nigeria. They all took the Minister of Aviation as well as the Attorney General Federation to court and said that this Nigerian Air, which according to the technical partnership will be run by Ethiopian Air, should not take off from ground. So we have not seen Nigerian Air in the skies or even on the ground. There's nowhere Nigerian Air exists. So to save the day, like PJ Masks will say, we just have to rely on the magnanimity of Air Peace, thanks to Chief Allen Onyema. That's it. We hope that the stranded Nigerians will be taken out as soon as they can. Let's bring them back home. For those people who want to return home, other people probably want to wait in Egypt and watch how things pans out. But Nigerians must be taken care of. And we do commend the federal government for prompt action, even though it's a bit slow. That's all. We'll watch and see how things go. Of course, we'll come back to this story as much as we can. If you have any comments about this story, please drop it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to all our social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, at First News Nation. Go ahead, enable notifications by clicking that bell on any of these platforms at First News Nation. So every time we have a new show, you will know. I am Sammy Ajufo once again. As usual, we always ask you to stay safe.